Hey guys, welcome back to another Mythic Legions action figure review. We have the vampire, Baron Volgar. Here we have the front of the package. On the side we have a short story on the Baron. And on the back we have some info on the Mythic Legions universe. Like all other Mythic Legion figures from Four Horsemen, the packaging is collector friendly and easy to remove or put back into storage. This is Baron Volgar, the first pure-born vampire. He's an ancient vampire who is royalty to his race, as well as being the most knowledgeable and powerful of all vampire kind. The Baron wants nothing to do with the leadership of his people, so he had a daughter born, who he personally trains to replace him and becomes the leader of Athelia's brood. She will be released as an action figure in the 2.0 series Advent of Decay. Let's check out some detail. The Baron's helmet is colored black with dark steel highlights. While the overall color scheme is black, the reflective steel really pops out. We can also see that very large spiky orcish neck guard. On the top of the helm we can see a purple bat sculpture. The sculpting is pretty good for the size, but the paint job leaves something to be desired. It's just one solid color. On the side of the head we can see more of that dark black steel paint job. Nothing too crazy in the sculpting, just a bit of contrast with the dark colors. On the chest we can see a black tabard with a purple pattern of stripes. The shoulders have layers of dark steel painted armor. We can notice some details in the sculpting, but overall it's a standard knight shoulder. On the back we can see those large peg holes. We will be covering them up later with shoulder armor, so they won't be noticeable afterwards. The arms have a black orcish forearms and steel colored gloves. Small contrast between black and steel stand out a lot on this character. We have a large black belt, and underneath we can see the rest of the tabard hanging below. We have one last purple stripe to end the pattern. On the side of the figure we can see the plated armor, and finally some more color. The black plates and steel highlights look good, and with a small bit of purple running down the center of them. On the thighs we have more of that plated knight armor with a tiny bit of color of purple down the center. I wish they really would have gave the armor more purple highlights like this. On the legs we can see the plated knight armor, with more alternating black and dark steel paint. The sculpting shows a lot of wear and tear and scratches and dents all over. And lastly, the boots are in the orcish style. They're painted pure black. Let's see the articulation. The Baron has a ball jointed head, shoulders that rotate and open, an elbow that bends and rotates, rotating forearms, wrist that bends and rotates, a ball jointed waist. We have a large range of thigh articulation, a thigh that rotates, knees that bend and rotate, and finally feet that rotate and bend up and down. The Baron comes with a large banner flag with the same pattern on his chest and shield. The top has articulated wings. One nice thing about Mythic Legions is that a lot of their parts can swap with other figures. If you have an evil knight helmet, you can take off the wings and attach it to the helmet, giving it a completely new look. Mythic Legion figures are easy to customize by swapping parts around. We have a pair of shoulders that match the black and dark steel paint scheme. They have a peg that attaches to the back of the figure. To install the shoulder armor, you just match the peg with the hole and snap it into place. We get a shield with the same pattern as the flag and the chest armor. It has a peg hole in the back to attach to the grip. And to attach to the figure, you can snap it onto place on the figure's wrist. It'll hold down tightly. We come with the standard issue belt that all figures come with. And finally we have the longsword. The black and dark steel paint really look good on it. Baron Volgar leaves me wanting just a bit more out of it for me to be completely satisfied. At a first glance you notice that it looks like a generic black knight, but you can start to pick up some of the small details and contrast between the black and the steel paint. But I wish he would have had more purple details in his armor. As his story says, he's the first and most powerful vampire, but I didn't really get that feeling from the paint and sculpting alone. I feel he really needed an extra vampire head. The banner he comes with is really nice and gives the figure more of a uniqueness over other characters, but I personally feel his background story is more interesting than the figure himself. An alternate head or a cape would have taken this figure from decent to amazing. The black armor is really well done. In stock photos you don't really see the contrast between the paint, but in person I was impressed. Overall, if you're a completionist and can't wait for the 2.0 vampires, then this figure might be for you. But if you're looking for more value, the Templar Knight Builder offers the same as this figure does and is more army builder friendly. Alright guys, that'll do it for me. More reviews coming up soon and you'll know where to find them.